Well, Super Saturday concludes with Manchester United hosting Chelsea in the pouring rain at Old Trafford in Manchester. United in all sorts of troubles here, in 17th position as it stands, and if results go against them this weekend, they will find themselves in the relegation zone. As for Chelsea, they begin this game on the back of a draw against Brentford, where we were 2-1 up right towards the end, where we lost out on that lead, dropping 2 points. And then against Bayern Munich, it was a very, very harsh lesson that Chelsea had to learn. It is time to put this right. Chelsea have not won at Old Trafford since 2013, the season where we had Rafa Benitez as our interim manager. Manchester United making 2 changes to their starting 11, with Lenny Yoro being dropped for Harry Maguire, which is a very interesting call made by Ruben Amorim, and Casemiro coming on for Ugarte, with Chelsea making 4 substitutions, and we're off and running with the start of the kickoff here. Well, it's must win for both teams already early on. It just feels like there is real weight behind this contest. The pressure is on Amorim, that's for sure. Another loss will make it 3 out of 5 losses in a torrid start to the Premier League campaign for Ruben Amorim after finishing 15th last season. And as for Chelsea, it was a very good end to the campaign for us, finishing 4th, winning the Conference League and then the Club World Cup in the summer. That 3-0 performance against PSG really did lift us all up and give us renewed optimism heading into this campaign. Look at that. Old Trafford is absolutely teeming down with rain. Ruben Amorim, surprising call dropping Lenny Yoro. With his pace, it's something that might not have wanted to do, considering the pace that Chelsea have on the wings with Estevao and Pedro Neto. Estevao will be playing on that right-hand side. Lovely play by Moises Caicedo. Wriggles out of trouble. Chelsea with a change at the back line though, for Fofana coming in. And looks like from the early set show that he's playing as the back 3. Oh, it's a mistake. Fofana doesn't clear with conviction. Chelsea a mess at the back, but we managed to clear our lines. Here's Cole Palmer to Estevao. Immediately closed down by Mazraoui. Good play there by the Moroccan right wing back. Well, these are treacherous conditions for players to play in, that's for sure. This will not be easy. The conditions are slick. There's a lot of chance for players to slip and fall, so they have to be assured with their footwork and their passing. Anything short, anything a little too much on it can result in devastating consequences. Bruno Fernandes, captain and playing as that number 8 in the double pivot alongside Casemiro. At the weekend against Manchester City, it was Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. Manchester City had a very comfortable 3-0 victory there. Here's Patrick Dogu up against the skipper Reece James. Good ball into the box. It's Mbuemo's header. It's on target. It's a save by Sanchez. United threatening early. It's another ball into the box, cleared away by Tosin. The balls keep on coming. It's Patrick Dogu. Oh, what a challenge that is. I think that's Reece James with a tremendous last-ditch block. Chelsea all over the place in the early stages. Well, Mbuemo and Sesko were both chasing there. The ball didn't fall to Sesko, who was on the stretch, but it was Brian Mbuemo's header, which was on target. Didn't have the pace to really trouble Sanchez. It was straight at him. We expect better from Sanchez, but like I said, that's slick conditions. And just after that, Patrick Dogu took a touch and was ready to pull the trigger, but Reece James, my goodness, that was a forceful challenge. Nicely done by Caicedo on Mbuemo. Chelsea have not started well whatsoever. It's been a common pattern throughout the 5 games that we played so far. We get much better in the second half, but in the first half we find ourselves struggling on multiple games. One against Fulham where we ended up with a 2-0 victory. Well, that had a lot of problems in the first half. For Manchester United, this is a good start here. Oh, it's a good flick on header. It's Mbuemo. He's through on goal. And Sanchez might have committed the foul. And if he has, he might pick up a red card here. Chelsea in all sorts of trouble. Sesko's flick on was one. Mbuemo was through on goal. I think Sanchez might get a red card, and he will. Chelsea have a nightmare start to this contest. We'll really have to hope that Mbuemo is offside. Otherwise, Sanchez has to walk. Terrible start for Chelsea, and that has been compounded with a red card. What is it about this ground? Oh my goodness. Shocking, absolutely shocking this. It's a long ball forward. Benjamin Sesko wins the header. Brian Mbuemo might be clearly onside. Oh, he is. There's no problems about that. It's a clear red card. Robert Sanchez is far too reckless to try and clear that one out. He has missed his mark. It's a heavy challenge on Brian Mbuemo. It's going to be a 3-match suspension for Rob Sanchez. I was not confident before this game, and it's for very much this reason. There's something about this ground. Maresca knew immediately once the challenge was made. Absolutely furious. And Chelsea, with 5 minutes on the clock, have their backs against the wall. This is a terrible start. I wonder who's going to be sacrificed. It's going to be Estevar. What a shame this is. Start for the youngster will have to be sacrificed just 5 minutes in. That has completely killed our game plans here. And after having a hectic 90 minutes against Bayern Munich, well, we have to chase the game with 10 men. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Red card for Rob Sanchez. It's a free kick for Manchester United about 20 yards from goal. And our misery could be compounded. And we're making another substitution by the looks of it. Oh my goodness, what is this? I cannot believe what I'm watching here. Pedro Neto is coming off as well for Tosin. Chelsea have gone ultra defensive. This is absolutely crazy from Enzo Maresca. He's seen that it's not worked in the early stages. He's made the change. Will we see Reece James at right back? Oh my word, this is going in from bad to worse. A double substitution being made by Chelsea, and it's not even 7 minutes on the clock. Our wide threats have been wiped away with just one motion from Rob Sanchez. No Estevar, and now no Pedro Neto. I don't know how we win this game from here. This could be comically bad for Chelsea. Only us. Just only us. With all the game plan out the window, 7 minutes on the clock, United, from their point of view, have to go and win this match now. They will not get a better opportunity at a top 6 side, a top 4 side, whatever you want to call it. It is absolutely shocking from our point of view, and our misery could be compounded if Manchester United find the back of the net from this free kick. 20 yards away, Bruno Fernandes will be the favourite for this, and I wouldn't be surprised if he slams this top bins. Philip Jorgensen, now in goal, has to protect against this free kick. It's Bruno Fernandes. Mbuemo, it's well over. Chelsea survived that instance. Well, from Chelsea's point of view, we have to keep this at 0-0 for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Try and get a modicum of control in this match. Use that midfield. Try and use that midfield advantage in our favour. Well, United couldn't have gotten a better start here, despite not scoring. Our keeper's gone. Our 2 wide threat is removed from the game in Estevar and Pedro Neto. Where does this go from here? It's Brian Mbuemo with the corner. Into the box. Maguire's header, cleared off the line by Marc Cucurella. And now we have just two attacking players, and Chelsea caught cold. Jorgensen does superbly well. Chelsea keep getting caught at the far stick time and time again. This is not a new problem from Chelsea. Every time the ball gets recycled into the box, we just fall asleep. De Ligt is onside, and Jorgensen had to be more than just alert. Could we start games worse? We just keep answering that question in an affirmative every single game. This is shocking from Chelsea. The danger still not averted. I mean, it's been 2.5 minutes of sustained pressure by Manchester United. Has another corner here for us to defend. Fernandez's ball into the box. Good header there. Fofana heads it, and it's a shot by Patrick Dogu. Oh, there was a chance there for a counter-attack if Joao Pedro just picked his head up. Cole Palmer was right next to him. You're playing a front two of Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer with absolutely no wide threat. This is dreamland for Manchester United, as they will have all the space in the wide areas. Ahmad, Dogu. Chelsea cannot compound their mistakes here. Have to stop the crosses. Reece James doesn't. Tosin heads that away. Reece James has to get a lot tighter there to Patrick Dogu to stop the cross. Here's Maguire. De Ligt, who's playing as the right-sided centre-back, with Euro on the bench. Here's Mazraoui. Caicedo leaves a little bit on him. Bryan Mbeumo. Well, Cucurella's task is going to be as difficult as it can, because he's going to have no protection whatsoever. No tracking of the run with Pedro Neto. Cucurella has to 1v1 defend throughout the 90 minutes against Bryan Mbeumo. Here's Fernandez. United dominating the ball. Chelsea have no outball, remember. Here's De Ligt. De Ligt with the strike. Well, it's a scuffed effort. Chelsea off the hook there with 11 minutes on the clock. We are yet to play a single ounce of football at Old Trafford so far. Well, Bryan Mbeumo and Benjamin Šeško working in tandem in that situation. It was Binder's long ball. Trevor Chalobah loses the battle against Benjamin Šeško. Mbeumo is through on goal. And if Sanchez just stays his ground, well, Sam Allardyce and Sir Alex Ferguson in the crowd. Alex Ferguson knew immediately that was a red card. Man, what is it about this fixture? There hasn't been so many draws in the past few games here. Cucurella nowhere near. Mbeumo has to keep a closer eye on him. Chalobah defends well. Well, if Manchester United are clever here and they play the game, they can get Chelsea in all sorts of trouble throughout the 90 minutes. Chelsea will have to play a much deeper block now. Not used to it. Much more possession dominant team under Enzo Maresca, but now we'll have to be one of those counter-attack teams, and now it's up to Manchester United to try and break us open. Here's Luke Shaw. Ahmad. Again, the amount of work that Joao Pedro will have to put in was going to be tenfold. Here's Dogu. Luke Shaw. Fofana defends well. Well, it seems like we're going with a back five here, with the three centre defenders of Fofana, Chalobah and Tosin Adarabioyo. Right wing back will be Reece James by the looks of it, and left wing back Marc Cucurella. Two midfielders of Enzo and Caicedo, and the two forwards of Palmer and Joao Pedro. Haven't seen Reece James play as right wing back under Maresca. That surely has gone out of play. Well, United have to capitalize here. They'll have to try and pepper the Chelsea goal. Enzo Maresca identifying that this could be a very long 90 minutes. He needs to stay in the game in the first half, and that's why he's made that substitution of Tosin over Pedro Neto. Whether that might change in the second half if the game is still there to be won. Maybe we bring on the likes of someone like Jamie Gittins or Alejandro Garnacho to really open up the game. Oh, that's a risky pass. Caicedo has to be careful. Outside of the boot pass by Ahmad. Here's Mazraoui. Ball into the box again. The header's on target. It's 1-0. It's Bruno Fernandes who is onside. And Chelsea do pay the price. Poor defending again. 3 centre-backs. No one picking up the run of Bruno Fernandes. And Manchester United have the man advantage. And are now 1-0 to the good. This game could not get any worse for Chelsea. But make no mistake about it, it might. Bruno Fernandes, again down the right-hand side. It all came from Caicedo's missed clearance. Oh, I think Fernandes might be offside here. He just might be offside. It's a marginal call. No, he's not offside. I think Trevor Chalobah's leg is outstretched. Fernandes is definitely onside. Chalobah's outstretched leg is keeping Fernandes onside. There's no need to draw the lines on that one. Manchester United have the goal advantage. Chelsea in all sorts of trouble now. Now what do we do? Because United have got the goal and we have no wide threat. This is going to be long. Every time Manchester United are on the floor, they're happy to play Chelsea at home. Chelsea never capitalize in whatever terrible form that United are in. It does not matter. This fixture, man, shocking. They're having a long check. I don't see the problem here. I would be very surprised if this was chalked off. This would be extremely marginal. And Chelsea would be very lucky to avoid the consequences here. Bruno Fernandes is convinced. They're saying it's a tight decision. I don't think so. I thought Chalobah's leg was very much playing Bruno Fernandes onside. Well, that decision now to bring on that extra centre-back might have backfired and backfired early. Enzo Maresca is scratching his chin. He cannot understand what's going on here. Well, they're having a long check. Again, I really don't understand what the question is here. It's given. They have just made sure that Manchester United have 2 celebrations here. And Bruno Fernandes, the captain, has a goal. It's his second goal in the Premier League. Scored against Burnley in that last minute, last gasp penalty. This one, after a cushion header by Dogu. Bruno Fernandes stealing in. Tosin and Chalobah, absolutely terrible. They're playing offside. They're not marking. Nowhere near him. Could Jorgensen even do better? Make himself bigger? I don't know. It's just getting from bad to worse here for Chelsea. It's a yellow card for Manchester United. And from their point of view, they have to make sure that they don't even the odds. And it's Casemiro, of all people, who's picked up the yellow card. It's a rash challenge on Enzo Fernandes. Yes, it is. It's a bad one right in front of the referee. Brazil on Argentina there. Yellow card for Casemiro, who walks the tightrope. Again, Enzo and Caicedo have not controlled the game whatsoever. We need to use our back 3 and our midfield to our advantage. Instead, we keep playing these long balls to who? I do not know. Reece James playing as right wing back. A lot of Chelsea fans getting their wishes here. We haven't seen Reece James as right wing back under Enzo Maresca. It's nicely done by Enzo, but it's a heavy touch. Now United can just swarm that midfield area, and Fofana commits. It's a poor decision, and Ahmad touches it around the corner. Oh, that's very poor for Manchester United, but they have another bite of the cherry here. It's Bryan Mbeumo with the shot, with the curler. He was looking for the top corner over the crossbar, and this is a familiar theme. Manchester United with every attack looking very dangerous. Cucurella again has to stop Bryan Mbeumo on his left foot. He hasn't done that whatsoever. Will United know that this is a game where they can really build confidence, beat Chelsea handsomely, and suddenly a bit of belief comes creeping back for Manchester United. Yeah, I don't know why the check was so long. Trevor Chalobah's foot clearly miles on. It looks like it was a marginal decision, but it really wasn't. Well, Bruno Fernandes, oh my goodness me, he's making a triple substitution here. He's bringing on Andres Santos. I think Maresca's head has just exploded here. He's trying to gain a bit more control in the midfield area. Is he going to substitute a defender now? Maybe he will. Is it going to be Wesley Fofana? I'm not sure, but I have not seen a game like this where 3 substitutions are being made in the first 20 minutes as a result of just 1 red card. Generally, it's just 1 attacker that gets on for a goalkeeper, but Enzo Maresca has brought on Tosin, and then he's looking on to bring on Andres Santos. Very good midfielder for Chelsea. João Pedro with a foul on De Ligt. He looks puzzled. Well, George is having a word with Bruno Fernandes. From Chelsea's point of view, can this get worse? It really can. And the substitution is being made here. It is going to be Andres Santos, and he brings off Cole Palmer. Is this an injury or is this tactical? I don't think it's an injury. He's brought off Cole Palmer for Andres Santos. Chelsea have completely abandoned any chance of winning this game here. Estevao, Palmer, and Neto taken off. I'm trying to make sense of the decision, and if Palmer does not have an injury, I have no idea. Well, Cole Palmer, with his boyhood club, has a cheeky glance with Kobbie Mainoo. Cole Palmer walks straight down the tunnel here. If it's an injury, which it might just be, well, now we have the extra midfielder, and now Chelsea have to play here. Enzo Fernandez, oh, it's a poor pass to João Pedro, but he makes something out of it. Brilliant play by João Pedro. First time Chelsea attacking here on the left-hand side. Cucurella, cross comes in, it's blocked by Mazraoui. It might be a corner. I think it will be, yep. First corner for Chelsea, and it's the first time Chelsea have played out the Manchester United press. Cucurella is the left wing-back, getting a bit of space. We have just 1 attacker on the pitch in João Pedro. We have 3 midfielders now, so I expect a lot more control from Chelsea. Either control or cover the space is better. We cannot allow United with that extra bit of space. So corner now is Reece James, looking to fill this one into the box. Chelsea need anything they can hold on to. Decent ball in. It's Caicedo. It's a scuffed effort. And United on the counter-attack could be very dangerous here. Caicedo is not following. He's just retreating. United have the overload. They've committed plenty of bodies forward. Brilliant from Moises Caicedo. Supreme play there from the Ecuadorian, who had to win the challenge because Manchester United were motoring along. Now there's the switch. The switch has to be played to Bruno Fernandes. Instead, he's kept it short. Caicedo reads it beautifully. Well, Chelsea have to make sure that damage limitation is #1 priority. Best case scenario for us will be to try and nick a point at some point during this game. Halfway through the first half, it couldn't have gone worse. Rob Sanchez with a 6th minute red card. A rush of blood to the head. And with that one rash decision by Rob Sanchez, Enzo Maresca has taken out Estevao, Pedro Neto, and now Cole Palmer has been withdrawn. Is it something where we know that Palmer has been struggling with a groin injury and he'll have to do a lot of chasing here? Almost like Enzo Maresca signing off, saying that if he can nick a point, fair enough, but more than that, it's not going to happen. So to use another midfielder and use that to cover the spaces. Here's Mazraoui to De Ligt. Heavy touch there, but he manages to escape pressure. Well, João Pedro is going to have the worst job on the football pitch here for the next 70 odd minutes. The lone attacker, no one in and around him. He needs midfield runners in Andre Santos and Enzo Fernandez to try and break their neck and add that extra number. They'll have to put in a double shift here, that's for sure. Here's Jorgensen. Goes long to Cucurella. Not the smartest decision because Cucurella's got no size whatsoever. He's tenacious. But that's a foul there by Nusayr Mazraoui. The two number threes colliding on that occasion. I don't know if the foul was given or it's just a precautionary stop of play because Cucurella might have hit on the side of the head. Ooh, that was a nasty one, really. Oh, can't believe Cuckoo's back on his feet. That is such a bad foul there. He's landed flush on his face from a height. Oof. These footballers simply are built differently, aren't they? Well, in terms of first half, Chelsea have about 20-21 minutes plus, I would say, another 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time at least for that red card and the substitutions that have taken place. They have enough time for Manchester United to double their advantage. Ruben Amorim, from his point of view, look, all the criticism is going to be on Chelsea, but from United's point of view, they cannot afford to throw this one here. Even if they concede a goal here and somehow drop points, it just amplifies the pressure on Ruben Amorim. 10 men, 1-0 lead, cannot afford to throw it from a United point of view. Here's a Mazraoui. Casemiro, who's on a yellow card. Good header there by Reece James. Back to Philip Jorgensen, our Danish second choice. He did replace Sanchez, I think, in January or February early this year when Sanchez was having a nightmare time. But Jorgensen made that big mistake against Aston Villa in the 90th minute where he let a p-roller of a shot squirm under his body. Look at Joao Pedro battling by himself. He's got a sea of red in front of him. Does so well to keep the ball. Chelsea need to try and push the line up a little bit. Give him a bit of support. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Oh, it's a poor pass to Wesley Fofana. This is where Enzo has to be so much better. The passing cannot be lackluster. But speaking of lackluster passing, Luke Shaw does the same thing. Against Manchester City, United were creating a lot of their opportunities in terms of territorial advantage on that left-hand side, and they found Patrick Dogu free on multiple occasions. That's the tactic that's been implemented by Ruben Amorim. Chelsea doing well to keep the ball. Beautifully done there. Again, it's Joao Pedro, isn't it? He's such a special footballer, man. High IQ player. Here's Caicedo. Chalobah. In sustained period of possession would be very good for us. Even if it leads to nothing, just have United do a bit of chasing for some time. Here's Caicedo. Switch out onto the right-hand side. Chelsea, that is very irresponsible use of the ball there, both by Enzo and Caicedo. And now United on the break here. Fofana on the slide. Does very well. It's a bit reckless by Wesley Fofana. Not in terms of endangering the opponent, but even just for his own personal safety. You see him lunging in multiple times, doing long-term injuries to himself. And he's caught cold there, but Amad Diallo, he's got rapid pace. Here's Brian Mbeumo. And this is where Manchester United will want to try and get Benjamin Sesko a goal here. It would do his world of confidence. He's not found the back of the net. He's not found any sort of consistency in the match, in the campaign so far. Didn't start the couple of games. Then when he did move to Manchester United, Ruben Amorim played Mason Mount as the false nine, or even Mateus Cunha preferred in that position. Both Mount and Cunha not available to start, but they're on the bench after missing out a couple of games. Another free kick opportunity here for Manchester United. Again, Chelsea's midfield have not controlled the situation whatsoever. Have to do a lot better. Just keep the ball between each other. Doesn't have to lead to anything. Just control will do a lot. Fernandez takes it short. Mbeumo, nobody on the challenge. Should be a comfortable grab, and it is. Poor there from Brian Mbeumo. There's a foul there off the ball. Manchester United have to be careful that they don't lose their heads here. Might pick up a needless yellow card. There's an opportunity for Chelsea with a quick break here. Let's have a look. It's a clear yellow card there from Luke Shaw. That is shocking. I mean, he has no intention to play the ball. I don't expect those kind of decisions to go our way, but we move. Again, look at United pressing here. They have just swarmed the middle. Caicedo. Oh my goodness, Caicedo's passing has just let him down every single time alongside. Someone like Romeo Lavia would do us a world of good, wouldn't it be? If he could just be as that number 6 and just allow Caicedo to push forward in situations like this where we need legs to cover the pitch. It's Cucurella's foul. Well, Enzo Maresca has mentioned that Andre Santos can play as that number 6, as a deputy to Moises Caicedo. So ball into the channel. Fofana, oh, he takes a bit of a chance, but rolls the ball out for a goal kick. Well, 30 minutes on the clock. In terms of the worst 30 minutes this season, this one absolutely takes the cake. We've seen some terrible performances in the league in the first half so far for Chelsea. This one is not just top 3. This is right on the top of the list. Oh my goodness, Tosin. Tosin's passing has just gone to the dogs there. United, they don't need gifts. Chelsea in a very generous mood. It's De Ligt's ball in. Fofana comes across. That's such a strange clearance. Chelsea cannot do a single thing right in defense so far. It's Mazraoui. De Ligt's cleared away by Tosin. And then Tosin's passing goes to the dogs. We have no chance. Again, Reece James trying to bully Patrick Dogu. Doesn't manage to do that. Here's Casemiro. Mazraoui to Mbeumo. Again, he's up against Cucurella. Good work again. Good header from Adebayo. Look at Joao Pedro. Wow, what a bit of play that is. If that's not a foul, come on. Joao Pedro with some silky footwork, but I think De Ligt might have just stolen the ball first. Again, it's Patrick Dogu who's trying to put the ball into the box. Good defending by Reece James. This time stops the cross. Have to stop the crosses because Benjamin Sesko, even if he doesn't score, he can get a flick-on header like he did for when Brian Mbeumo was through on goal. Those flick-ons can be very dangerous. We have to stop it at the source. Here's Matthijs de Ligt. Fernandes. United. I mean, from the situation, do you ask yourself, I mean, it's pretty much academic because Ruben Amorim likes the way the formation and the setup is. They have the extra man advantage. If you can put in another midfielder, another attacker. Not now, but sometime in the second half. Just gives you a bit of a chance maybe. Bruno Fernandes wins that race against Caicedo. Good ball there by Mbeumo. Ahmad is onside. Nobody's marking him. Nowhere close to him. Ahmad takes a heavy touch. He lets Chelsea off the hook. He had a chance to put the ball into the box. He hesitated, takes an extra touch. The ball goes out of play before he clipped that into the far stick. Again, Chelsea's defending is really bad here considering we have a back 5. Nobody picking out Amad Diallo. Neither are left-sided centre half. I can't see where Chalobah is even in the picture. I mean, who is he marking? Sometimes just doesn't make sense. But we move. 12 minutes remaining in this torrid first half. From Chelsea's point of view, best case scenario is go into the halftime break. Because we've made 3 substitutions in 3 different windows. We can't make any more substitutions. So there's not going to be any Gittins. There's not going to be any Garnacho. So we literally have to go and be playing in this setup for the next hour or so. It could be painful for Chelsea. But if they have anything about them in terms of character and digging deep. We try and get at least a point. Again, the passing has to be better. It's not onto his feet. I think the conditions are a lot to blame, but both sides are playing with the same. Brilliant from Joao Pedro, who's been just eased off the ball. Again, Chelsea committing a lot of bodies forward in those attacks, and everything pretty much depends on Joao Pedro's ability to not just hold the ball, but also drive with it. Sesko with immaculate control there. Where is Chalobah? My goodness, it's criminal from Chalobah, but it's Ahmad, it's Mbuemo. Trevor Chalobah, towards the fast take. Mazraoui. Well, Trevor Chalobah needs to really fix up here. I cannot understand in which position he is taking, but that left-hand side is shocking from Chelsea. Mazraoui had the time to bring that under control and shoot. Decides to take that first time. They're going to have a look at this one. There is contact on Joao Pedro. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to appeal for it because I know it's not going to happen, but there is contact on Joao Pedro. It's boot on boot. I don't expect it to be given. They will happily wave that away. Heading into the final 10 minutes. Yep, waved away, no problems. Shocking, absolutely shocking. Santos, poor touch there. Again, Chelsea need to be a lot more calm in possession, not try and score in this. We have to play this game for the next 60 minutes. Just not try and score now and try and equalize. It's almost like they're trying to appease Enzo Maresca by trying scoring and taking it at 1-1, but that's not... Oh, no! Jorgensen's pass is shocking. Here's Mbuemo. They could punish us. They really should punish us. Chelsea are playing like schoolboys here. It's like they've never taken the pitch before. This is shocking. Can only laugh. It is comical. Trevor Chalobah needs to fix up. Jorgensen's passing, that is unacceptable. There are multiple crimes being committed by the Chelsea players here today. Except for Joao Pedro. Nobody else. Mbuemo takes a short corner. Again, it's a 2-on-1 situation. I'm sure it is. It's 3v2. Chelsea fall asleep again towards the fast take. They're queuing up here. And Reece James clears. Jorgensen stays in the line. It's 2-0. It's Casemiro. Philip Jorgensen, get out of here, man. You are a shocking keeper. That is terrible. The two midfielders score for Manchester United. And Chelsea have only themselves to blame here. Horrific defending. The ball has been hung up in the air for an eternity. And look at Philip Jorgensen's positioning. It is cowardice. Well, the two keepers, man. We have to bring Mike Penders from Strasbourg. He's on loan. Bring him back. It cannot get worse than these two. We concede a corner. All our own doing, mind you. Nobody's marking. Everybody's free. Enjoy. Look at this. Look at the clearance from Reece James. It's so bad. And look at Jorgensen, man. I do not recognize this team whatsoever. This is proper capitulation. Chelsea have... It's only Chelsea who can make Manchester United look this good and be so bad. It's laughable. It's absolutely laughable. I think there are going to be a few more yellow cards here. Yep, Enzo Fernandez, if he keeps fighting that way, we're going to be down to 9 and we might concede 5. Well, Enzo Maresca, in terms of panicking after a red card, I've never seen anything like it. You take off Estival, which is fine. You take off Pedro Neto for Tosin Adebayo for no reason. We concede the goal. We concede another one. It's just shocking. It's absolutely shocking. And Manchester United fans must be wondering, can we play Chelsea every week? Because nobody hands them points like we do. Ruben Amorim, 2-0 to the good, smirk on his face. Enzo Maresca and Chelsea have to hang their heads in shame here. But the last time Tosin and... Oh, that's another poor pass here. But look at Joao Pedro battling again. He's the only one who doesn't deserve this one. He's the only one on the pitch. Everyone else has just dropped a clanger. Look at that pass there from Trevor Chalobah. I mean... Oh no, Fofana gives the ball away. This should be 3-0. Surely, Jorgensen saves us. I've got absolutely nothing to say. Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana are on a mission here to absolutely kill us. This should be 3, man. Manchester United should take advantage. It was an absolute gift. You get that pass right and you're in business. Manchester United 2-0 to the good. Yes, Caicedo. Enzo. Joao Pedro. Enzo again. Enzo Fernandez, man. If you look at his first half performances throughout this campaign, it's been horrendous. Nowhere near good enough. If he needs some time off the pitch, on the bench, then so be it. Look at us inviting this pressure. It's just shocking play. Nobody's playing with any sort of IQ here. It's so bad. It really is bad. Here's Matthijs de Ligt. Manchester United will not have a comfier game than this one all season long. Good win there by Reece James. Joao Pedro, again, he's got 4, 6, 7 players around him. Still manages to keep the ball somehow. Needs to try and release it as quickly as possible. It's a foul there by Bruno Fernandes. Bit needless from the Manchester United skipper. Wasn't going anywhere really with that. We've allowed Manchester United's both pivot players to score, by the way. Not the forwards. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. Completely unmarked, mind you. Reece James and Enzo Fernandez trying to have a word on the pitch here. Nothing seems to be working for Chelsea. And if by some blind luck we manage to pull a goal back just before half-time, might give us a bit of a hope, but to be fair, we don't deserve it. We absolutely don't. The football is terrible. Not able to string passes together. Manchester United absolutely deserve this one. That is a shocking decision, man, to take off the 2 attacking substitutions. I don't understand. And then you take off Cole Palmer. Almost sacrificing 3 points for the health and safety of Cole Palmer. That's all I can think about. But Chelsea, well, in the 5 games that we've had so far this season, if you look at the level of opposition and who we have played, it has been a poor start to the season. Started the season with Crystal Palace. That was 0-0. A 5-1 victory against West Ham United fooled everyone to thinking that we're absolutely a well-oiled machine. And then that 2-0 victory against Fulham papered over a lot of cracks because we did not play well in that first half. Somehow got a goal right towards the end and got that second goal courtesy of a penalty which Enzo Fernandez converted. And then that Brentford game happened where we were down 1-0. We were absolutely poor in that first half. Look at the giveaway by Andres Santos now. Bruno Fernandes. It's Benjamin Sesko. Doesn't get his shot away. And it's a foul on Cucurella. Good defending by Mark. Again, Chelsea giving the ball away. Benjamin Sesko is not going to have a better opportunity than this one to get his first goal for the club. Again, Andres Santos guilty of just giving the ball away. Harry Maguire steps up from defence. Well, 2 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Jorgensen does not fill me with any confidence whatsoever. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Enzo needs to come off, but we have no options here. He is really throwing in the towel. I've never seen this kind of performance by Enzo Fernandez. Manchester United in the box. Bryan Mbeumo strike. He doesn't get any sort of contact on him, and Marc Cucurella commits a needless foul on Bryan Mbeumo. It's a yellow card as well for Cucurella. Well, the referee needs to blow the halftime whistle as soon as possible. There's going to be at least 6 or 7 minutes added on, so make no mistake about this. We have every opportunity to concede 3, and Cucurella, that's such a dangerous challenge. It's like their collective heads have just gone. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. Cucurella is just going to talk himself into a red card if he doesn't get out of there. He's picked up a yellow card. It was a bad challenge on Nusayr Mazraoui. Well, on the right-hand side, Manchester United have a free kick. It was a reckless challenge by Marc Cucurella. Fernandes has an opportunity. He's got real targets in the box in Benjamin Sesko, Harry Maguire, and Matthijs de Ligt. You can see Brian Mbeumo is just lurking in the box, waiting for something to fall to him. 9 minutes of added on time. As I mentioned before, this first half could get worse for Chelsea. It's Fernandes' ball into the box. Poor, very poor. Andre Santos keeps it short to Cucurella, who just thumps it up the pitch. As I mentioned before, we have no other alternative but to... Ken Jorgensen is so indecisive. He makes that first step forward, looking like he's going to claim it. Dogu puts the ball in. Again, the clearances are not convincing whatsoever. Chelsea can't win any second ball. Forget about that one. Here's Mbeumo. Good header there by Reece. Well, De Ligt nearly doing a bit of skill in our box. That would have sent my head to Mars if he had wriggled out of trouble there. And United just popping the ball around this first half. It's going to just keep dragging longer and longer. It's going to feel long for Chelsea. And if United are smart, they just work this ball around and get Chelsea to chase. This could be the most demoralized dressing room that I have ever seen Chelsea, I would say, in terms of in-game. I've never seen a first half fold like this, with everything going against. I mean, there's something about this ground and our players, man. It's not new. It's not these. I mean, it is these players. No, make no mistake about it. But even before, seen it with past managers, United going into terrible form, but every time Chelsea rock up to Old Trafford, we play like we have never played football before. Onto the right-hand side, Brian Mbeumo. Here's De Ligt. Harry Maguire. To De Ligt again. Mbeumo. Again, Manchester United can increase the tempo here with Casemiro. Fernandes, nobody closing him down. The 3 centre-half thing is a joke, man. I mean, everybody's just holding each other's hands, just standing there. Shocking. Dogu with the ball in. Tosin clears. The offside flag comes to Chelsea's rescue here. Well, Benjamin Sesko, one of the huge reasons as to why Chelsea do find themselves in this scenario. His knockdown header, beating Chalobah in the air. And from there on, all the misery was compounded for Chelsea. From Amarin's point of view, this is an opportunity for United to really get confidence. By confidence, I mean making a statement. And it could go conversely for Chelsea. Because, like I mentioned before, the first 5 games that we had in the season were not particularly difficult fixtures. Look at Manchester United. They've had to play Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester City in their first 5 fixtures. Compare their run to ours, it's been a cakewalk. And yet, it looks like Manchester United and Chelsea will both have 2 wins this season. Cucurella, another poor pass. Caicedo's just about manages to control. Here's Andre Santos. It's been shoved off the ball there by Matthijs de Ligt. And Chelsea need to really slow the pace of the game, as much as it might frustrate everybody else. Just need to hold the ball here. Brilliant play this from Joao Pedro, but can't get the ball back after Enzo. Oh, again, Caicedo's passing has just been a real letdown. Need our passing to be better if you have any chance in this game. Caicedo, when Caicedo does that, we are in real trouble now. Somehow Chalobah wins the header. Andre Santos, Caicedo, how's the pass now? Is it accurate? Yes, it is. Enzo Fernandez, good pass to Andre Santos. The true Brazilians can combine here. Ooh, that's a good challenge there. Oh, it's Casemiro who's on a yellow card, and Casemiro is going to get a second yellow. That is so foolish from Casemiro. He levels things, well, man versus man. Both Chelsea and Manchester United down to 10 men. And Casemiro, who was the hero after scoring the second goal for United, has now become the villain, as right towards the end of the first half, he has evened things out here. It's a needless foul there by Casemiro here. Let's have a look. He's got both arms around him. He's kicked the ball away. It's a pretty harsh yellow card if you ask me. But there's nothing he can do because it's a second yellow. Somebody else in the bench has gotten a yellow card too. So this match will be 10v10. I mean, you talk about comical. These two teams are providing the comedy of the weekend. This is Manchester United in a nutshell, isn't it? When everything seems to be going swimmingly well for them, something as daft as that happens their way. Casemiro with 2 bookable offences in that first half. He walks down the tunnel, and his evening couldn't have gone from great to absolutely terrible in a space of about 20 minutes. Enzo Maresca's caught life here, but we are still down 2 goals. Now do Chelsea start dominating the midfield? I fully expect us to do so. Cucurella. Oh, that is such a selfish decision by Marc Cucurella. He's trying to shoot A from a tight angle and B on his right foot. This is not good from Marc Cucurella. Has to go for the cutback here. Something. Oh, that's very poor from Marc Cucurella. But Chelsea have caught life here. Not in terms of the scoreline, but from Manchester United self-imploding. Yep, Ruben Amorim. He was fuming at the touchline. If it's for the hands on the back, sure, but well, this game's crazy, man. This game is absolutely crazy. You never know what you can expect from these two teams. Patrick Dogo will take the throw in, and I think United will be, who were probably not looking for the half-time whistle, now will be saying, probably a good time for us to get the half-time whistle too. And in 45 minutes, Chelsea now have a level game here, an even game to play against. And now we need to see our midfield dominate. There is no excuse for Chelsea to not win the midfield battle now. If we still see Manchester United popping us around, bigger questions need to be asked. Here's Reece James on the right-hand side. Can Chelsea get an unlikely goal before half-time? Oh, what a ball that is by Reece James. No one really attacking it there, but that's better. We have a ray of hope heading into the second half, and we can only thank Manchester United for that. Good ball in by Reece. Still have 3 players in the box though. Good commitment by Marc Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez to break their neck and get in there. 30 seconds remaining of the most craziest first halves this Premier League campaign has seen this campaign. I mean, it's just 2 comical goals conceded by Chelsea, 2 horrible red cards from Chelsea and Manchester United's point of view. Oh, what a flick that is from Joao Pedro. Enzo Fernandez. Can we get a bit more help from United? Give us a penalty maybe? That's not going to happen. Chalobah. Here's Caicedo. Clever pass. Reece James. Now popping into midfield now. I don't think we'll be a back five anymore. Here's Chalobah. 54 minutes have been played. I think that will be that in terms of the first half. An absolutely shocking first half from Chelsea. Here's Caicedo. And this is what Chelsea should have been doing early on. Just keep hold of the ball. Even if it's backward passes, it's fine. Just have that modicum of control. Here's Tosin to Chalobah. Caicedo, Enzo. Again, a rush pass onto Reece James. We cannot keep rushing these passes, Enzo. Shocking, but he still finds a way back, but the foul has been given. Enzo Fernandez had a poor first half. So has Moises Caicedo. I mean, I could go along the entire team list, except for Joao Pedro, who's done the best that he could. But in terms of the worst first half, this is right up there for Chelsea. Half-time at Old Trafford. Manchester United 2-0 up. And both teams down to 10 men. Bruno Fernandes scored after Rob Sanchez picked up that red card early. I mean, it was, 6 minutes on the clock? Couldn't be earlier than that. From there, it just kept going from bad to worse for Chelsea. The substitutions made no sense whatsoever. Taking off Esteval, which I understand, and then Neto and Palmer, which was baffling. And now it's 10v10. We cannot make substitutions. We have a bunch of midfielders and one attacker to try and pull 2 goals back in the second half. I don't see it happening, but stranger things have happened in this game of football. mean, they're showing the highlights of the first half, and that is not a first half that I'm ever going to look at again. A lot of the questions will be asked in terms of Enzo Maresca at the half, in terms of making those changes, in terms of the only word I can think of is panic. Absolute panic. He thought the worst is going to happen. Without even conceding the goal, we just hand the initiative to Manchester United, take all the pace off. I mean, if you were going to bring off Palmer, couldn't you have just brought off Palmer and kept Neto on? But it's just it's laughable. I mean, he's going to have to justify that in the press conference, which he will. He's going to but man, it's not easy supporting Chelsea. It really isn't. Of Palmer, couldn't you have just brought off Palmer and kept Neto on? But it's just it's a lot of talk in the summer went on when this transfer window was open. Levi Colwill, our most important centre back, picks up the ACL injury. His season is done for, and Chelsea don't make a move, in citing that we had enough numbers there in terms of Tosin Adebayo, Josh Archibald. I mean, if you remove your best centre half from any team, and those who were watching Chelsea last season, they'll know that Levi Colwill, head and shoulders, our best centre half. He gets us the way he plays, his line breakers, the way he defended. He got better and better as the season went on. Well, it's going to be a long 45 minutes for both teams, really. Manchester United doing their best in terms of giving us a gift, a route back. But that's only in terms of the man advantage. I expect Chelsea to be a whole lot better in the second half because our midfield has to walk all over their midfield. There's no other explanation now, 10v10. Manchester United might have to make a change themselves here, sacrifice an attacker to bring on someone like Manuel Ugarte or even Kobe Menu. So we'll wait and see what Ruben Amorim does in terms of making the change. He has about 15 minutes to think about it, which is his luxury. He doesn't have to panic. He could have sat down with his entire team and assessed the situation. They're 2-0 to the good here. All they have to do is keep the clean sheet, not allow Chelsea back into this contest. A lot of talk about Chelsea's defense. It's rightfully so. Talk about all that money spent. But where is that money being invested in defense? It really hasn't been, Tosin was a free transfer. Trevor Chalobah is from the academy. Reece James is from the academy. Levi Colwill is from the academy. So is Josh Achimpong. That's 5 players. Big money has been spent on Wesley Fofana, who's never really there. Always seems to be fit for Old Trafford and drops a stinker. I mean, stop doing it. And then Mark Cucurella, 60 million in the first season under Todd Bowley. So urgent revamp of the defense is needed. Yes, we got Hato as that left-sided centre-back who has to be trusted. I mean, he cannot be worse than Trevor Chalobah on that left-hand side. Paid 40 million for him, 19 years old, captain of Ajax. He's played over 100 games. He's got a couple of caps for Netherlands as well. I want to see Maresca have a little more trust in Josh Achimpong and Hato. I think our defense with Achimpong as the centre-back, Reece James as the right-sided centre-back, and Hato as the left-sided centre-back will give us a lot more balance, which allows Cucurella to play in midfield, who's a much more natural centre midfielder, inverting from full-back than Reece James is. Keep Reece James as the right-sided centre-half, a bit of experience, strength, good defensive acumen, and then have Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer. But we need to sort out the defense, though. It's all in-house because you can't wait for the window. I mean, every time Chelsea are in trouble, it cannot be we have to run to the transfer window. I mean, we have spent money in the likes of Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr. We've sent both of them on loan to Strasbourg and Borussia Dortmund respectively. So we've made our bed and now we have to lay in it. So it's that simple as that. But there are enough solutions there if Maresca is brave. If the first 45 minutes that we saw is any indication, bravery is not one of them. And he absolutely panicked. With one red card, he took off all our attackers. And then now we're playing 10v10 against an inferior Manchester United side who are 2-0 up here. So, I don't expect Chelsea to get anything from the second half. And if we do, I think both teams are absolute criminals. Chelsea for allowing this to happen. And if it goes the other way and Chelsea somehow manage 2 goals, United for allowing Chelsea back into this contest. But I'll be very curious to see what Ruben Amorim does in terms of midfield balance. I'm pretty sure Ugarte will have to come on in terms of well, we are back for the second half. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from Manchester United and Chelsea here. Manuel Ugarte will be coming on to shore up that midfield for them. Casemiro getting that second yellow card, giving Chelsea a bit of life, but we do not deserve it. We absolutely don't. And that 15 minutes in the away locker room would have been absolute torture for everyone. Enzo Maresca and the players, seeing maybe this year's is the year that we break the curse at Manchester United. Instead, we turn out our worst 45 minutes in recent memory. Where does it go from here? What I need to see is Chelsea having a better second half. There's no excuses about it. And I want to see who they have taken off for. Looks like Luke Shaw is back. Harry Maguire, Dogu, De Ligt, Mazraoui. The back five is intact. I think Amad Diallo or Bruno Fernandes. No, Fernandes is there who'll come into the 10. It's Benjamin Sesko who's come off. Interesting choice there by Ruben Amorim, taking off Benjamin Sesko. You want your number 9 to be there. Kenyan an opportunity, 2-0 up. Can he get another goal? Get that confidence going. Instead, Ruben Amorim seems to have panicked a little bit there, but you don't really fault that decision, do you? Got the pace of Brian Mbeumo and Amad Diallo. Just allow Bruno Fernandes to almost play as that false 9. Seriously, they're going to wait for the ball? I mean, there are plenty more, surely. Well, after what has been a terrible first half, Chelsea have got a bit of a lifeline in terms of Manchester United going down to 10 men as well. The next 45 minutes will be played 10v10 here. It is absolute comedy at the Old Trafford Stadium for Chelsea. Every year it just keeps getting worse at this ground, but we are almost up and running for the start of the second half. Chelsea 2-0 down after Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro scored, being completely unmarked from their defensive point of view. Fofana aggressive immediately, and this is where Chelsea will need to make Manchester United pay. Oh, again, Caicedo's passing has not been assured whatsoever. Trevor Chalobah going all the way back. As I mentioned before, Chelsea can't make changes even though they have options, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Neto and Esteva were both substituted at different points. It's clearly a foul there by Maguire on Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro's touch is absolutely ridiculous. Such a sensational footballer, man. Every touch. Here's Reece James. Caicedo's pass is asking a lot out of Reece. Again, Caicedo has to take care of the ball better. Has to be a lot better with his passing. Get the ball on the deck. Keep the ball on the deck. Stretch the pitch as much as possible. We have no width, but please use our passing. Again, Fofana's header. Enzo Fernandez looking to turn away from Luke Shaw. And Enzo and Luke Shaw had quite a few afters in the first half. Again, it's a ball into the channel. This might be the worst 45 minutes of pure football that you will ever see in the Premier League this season, but could be comical for either team. Could get even worse for Chelsea or Manchester United. Again, look at Joao Pedro, the way he just brings the ball under control. Just needs to try and release that quicker here. Bruno Fernandes trying to take on Wesley Fofana. Good work there by Wesley. Again, the rain has not stopped teeming down at Old Trafford. From the first whistle to up till now, it has been an absolute downpour. Again, Caicedo's passing just about okay. Here's Fofana. Reece James brings it under control nicely, but lose the ball again. Chelsea continue to be sloppy in midfield. Ugarte has gotten a heavy challenge on him, and it seems that Enzo Fernandez has picked up a yellow card. It's absolutely poor from Enzo Fernandez. This is where you need to keep your heads, and look at this. It's just poor. Reece James with a terrible pass. Enzo trying to bring that under control. A raking challenge onto the studs. It's a bad one from Enzo Fernandez. That's where you need your... I mean, Enzo Fernandez is young, but he's part of the leadership group. I mean, he's vice captain of the club. And you see him make decisions like this. It's absolutely terrible. Ruben Amorim feels that that challenge by Enzo Fernandez might have warranted something severe. It's another free kick here for Manchester United on that left-hand side. Chelsea's defending has been absolutely terrible in terms of aerial duels. Here's Mbeumo, ball in, cleared away. Oh, it's a double deflection, but Chelsea eventually managed to clear the ball away. And Enzo Fernandez is playing as that number 10 here. And it seems that Andre Santos, brilliant play there by Mbeumo. Oh, that surely is a handball on Patrick Dogu. Play waved on here. Here's Reece James. Fofana looking to turn away from trouble, and he gets the foul. Wesley Fofana trying to use his dribbling ability to try and drag Chelsea forward. Here's Tosin. Caicedo. Back to Tosin again. Again, the decision to go 5 at the back with 3 centre-backs really was a head-scratcher from Enzo Maresca. Oh, that pass, not good from Tosin again. Tosin's passing has been shocking. Oh, he lunges into the challenge. Trevor Chalobah, who's having a nightmare game. It's just going to get worse for him. It's another yellow card. I mean, Trevor Chalobah could not have a worse performance. Some of the gaps he left in the first half were shocking. This one is a terrible challenge again. Some of Chelsea's tackling has been shocking. Enzo Fernandez earlier, now Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea have every reason, every opportunity. Make no mistake about it. We're going down to 9 men if this carries on. So poor. The lack of experience is staggering in terms of just normal game IQ and how to manage the game. First 5 minutes, we've played no football. It's 10v10. Take advantage. Use the midfield. We have 3 midfielders. Enzo, Caicedo and Santos. United have Bruno Fernandes and Ugarte. How are we not winning the midfield battle? Ball into the box, cleared away. Here's Andre Santos now. Again, Chelsea trying to be quick in their counter-attacks. Here's Joao Pedro. He's got options. He's trying to find Reece James. Oh, Caicedo commits and he's left nowhere near the pitch there. Terrible from Caicedo. Here's Mazraoui. Ahmad. Even there, it doesn't look like Chelsea were ever going to get a scoring opportunity. A good challenge by Caicedo. And the foul being committed by Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes is furious with the refereeing. Tosin clips the pass to Trevor Chalobah. Here's Caicedo. Chalobah again. Chelsea with no real urgency, just knocking the ball from side to side. Again, if it's not like we can even bring on an attacker, which is a real shame. Alejandro Garnacho would have been prepping to come on at some point in this match against his former club at Old Trafford, but it isn't destined, and Tosin's passing just continues to be shocking. Thanks for last season, Tosin, but I think we need better, don't we? We really do. We cannot see Tosin, Chalobah, Wesley Fofana as our centre-back options. Chelsea need to beef that up, and they have to beef it up quickly. Maybe you have to go in January, bring Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr back, but they're again 2 youngsters that we have to rely on. Joao Pedro again, silky football, but Cucurella can't get the pass right. Yeah, nothing in this match has shown me that Chelsea are anywhere capable of pulling a goal back. Seems that we will be able to make the change, and it's Neto and Estevao has gone at the same time, so Alejandro Garnacho seems to be stripped and ready for action here. I've got that wrong there. Seems that Maresca has left room for one more substitution. Can he bring on Jamie Gittins too? I think he wouldn't trust us to with two attackers. Again, Gittins with his pace, Garnacho with his pace. Gittins has already fallen down the pecking order, which is a bit concerning from his point of view. Andre Santos' pass was not good there whatsoever. Again, he's on the slide. He's got hurt there. He feels that Harry Maguire might have just raked his arm around him. You can see there Maguire's arm is high, but I wouldn't call that a foul. That's just an elbow to the temple. Not much force in there, but with Maguire, but he's a big, strong lad, isn't he? Andre Santos will have a sore one there. Well, heading into 10 minutes of the second half, Chelsea have not threatened Bayender in goal once in this match. Haven't seen that midfield control whatsoever. We really haven't played any football. It's been a waste of time, and I really do feel for Joao Pedro. He's the only one playing football out in the pitch for Chelsea there. Everybody else, I have no idea what they're doing. Caicedo's passing has been lackluster. Enzo Fernandez is running around like a headless chicken. I have no idea what kind of positions he's picking. Is he a number 10? Is he playing in midfield? He's there. He's running. Reece James does well to win the challenge. Here's Moises Caicedo. Again, we should bring back Andre Santos on the pitch. The referee is really sleeping there. Surely has to bring him on. Has he forgotten? Chelsea are temporarily down to 9 here. Tosin's pass is criminal again. And Mbeumo looking to turn. This has to be Tosin's last game for the club here. And as terrible as that sounds, cannot be kamikaze defending like this. If passing is your main attribute as the main centre-back, because it isn't pace, he's got a bit of aerial ability, but he doesn't have anybody else there to worry about in terms of physicality and aerial threat. He has to be the first one off the pitch. Has to be one of the centre-backs in. If Garnacho is going to be coming on, it has to be one for Chalobah or Tosin. Here's Mbeumo. Caicedo with a strong challenge. This is where we need Moises Caicedo. We'll need him more than ever. He's the only one I really trust in that team, along with Joao Pedro, to just pull us out of this mess here. At least pull a goal back. Show a modicum of acceptability, because this performance I will never forget it. Look at Reece James struggling to get back into position. Harry Maguire, the ball into the box. Again, Reece James really is struggling to chase in those pockets. Here's Fernandez. Ball into the box towards the fast stick. Again, the back post defending of Chelsea really does concern me, but it's out for a goal kick. Low 11 minutes into the second half. Chelsea no closer to changing the scoreline, despite Manchester United giving us the helping hand of going down to 10 men themselves. Casemiro getting booked for a second yellow card. And Chelsea don't look threatening whatsoever, though United are in such a comfortable shape here. De Ligt, they win the ball back. 10v10 again. Manchester United are playing better than Chelsea 10v10, and that is concerning. Yes, they're 2-0 up, but Joao Pedro has a chance here, and he's opened up nicely. He's only got Enzo Fernandez to aim for. I don't think he's going to be looking for Enzo anytime soon. It's Joao Pedro. Decent first touch. What a challenge that is. It's Reece James, though. Give the ball to Joao Pedro as much as we can. Caicedo looking to thread the pass through the eye of the needle there. Good defending by Luke Shaw. That's the first time again that Chelsea have motored up the pitch, and we only have Joao Pedro to thank. Excellent work from the Brazilian. He's been the best signing of the summer window by far for us. It's been elaborate talks for Enzo Maresca. Well, is it a better second half? I mean, sure, but the bar was on the floor in that first 45 minutes. I want to talk about, and I will be making a video tomorrow about this after Chelsea's first half. There has to be an investigation. It's far too much of a pattern. It's far too concerning. Here's Wesley Fofana driving with the ball. Finds Reece James on the right hand side. James back to Fofana. Chelsea a bit patient. Can we get a next goal in the next 10 minutes? Just give Manchester United at least some troubles here. Here's Joao Pedro. Beautiful switch out to Reece James on the right hand side. Cross comes into the box towards the far stick. Good header. Manchester United clear. Tosin gets there first. Finds Wesley Fofana. Reece James again on the right hand side. Looks like Reece is our only source of width here, and any sort of quality from the wide areas. Have to give the ball to Reece as much as possible and get Enzo Fernandez and Joao Pedro to crash the box as much as they can. Here's Reece. Can Chelsea play with a bit more bravery? We have to, because this game is gone. The least we can do is put in some sort of a performance in the second half. Show that bit of bravery. It's no difference losing 3 or 4-0 to what the situation is right now. If I'm Enzo Maresca and I can make one more change, it would be a double substitution. That's for sure. Bring on Gittins and Alejandro Garnacho. Give us something to really run at. Here's Fofana. One of the centre backs have to come off. Here's Fofana. Caicedo. Again, that might be a foul. It is. Manuel Ugarte. And 15 minutes into the second half, Chelsea haven't got going whatsoever. And Enzo Fernandez to Joao Pedro. Again, Chelsea calmly keeping the ball in the Manchester United half. It's a bit of a respite considering how that first half was going, where all we were doing was chasing and defending and just panicking on the ball. It's the first time really that we have held on to the ball and not treated it like a grenade. Good play this from Chelsea in the midfield. Oh, beautiful nutmeg there by Joao Pedro. Surely a foul there. Can't believe the foul wasn't given, but Chelsea can regain possession in the midfield area. Joao Pedro allowed to turn. Enzo Fernandez, look for Reece James. He does. James in the box, cut back. And Matthijs de Ligt with a crucial interception. And that's the first bit of football Chelsea have played in over 1 hour. All starts from Joao Pedro again. Good ball this from Enzo Fernandez. I think he delays it far too late, which might have made Reece James a touch offside. Delivers the ball into the box. Marc Cucurella, Moises Caicedo were all crashing that box. Matthijs de Ligt with good defensive acumen. It's a corner for Chelsea. Have to make these situations count here. Manchester United making their second substitution. Bryan Mbeumo coming off for Matheus Cunha. Positive substitution here from Ruben Amorim. Might have looked to keep him on for a bit more time here, Bryan Mbeumo. He's got the pace on the counter-attack. They don't have a centre-forward now, which means Matheus Cunha will be pretty much the lone centre-forward, and he has got Amad Diallo to play off him. It's pretty much what Chelsea have in terms of Joao Pedro and Enzo Fernandez. I think this hasn't been a good coaching performance from Enzo Maresca, and he's bringing on another defender here in Malo Gusto. Very, very strange. He's an excellent player, Malo Gusto. Make no mistake about it. But Chelsea now with the corner here. Reece James with the ball in. Good header. Clear. It's 1-1. It's Wesley Fofana. But the offside flag has been raised. The joy cut short immediately for Chelsea. Wesley Fofana with not much of a complaint here. Oh yeah, he's clearly offside. It was Tosin's header. Fofana was right next to Bayender there. And that might just be his last contribution to the match. Wesley Fofana, injured for most of his Chelsea tenure, might be coming off here. It's Tyreek George and Malo Gusto coming on. Again, very, very curious substitutions by Enzo Maresca. Manchester United looking to make a few changes too. Well, 25 minutes of action remain here. Doesn't look like Chelsea are getting any closer to scoring the goal. Again, we had an opportunity to bring on a bit of pace, a bit of width. Instead, he's gone with Tyreek George, who's a nifty player for Chelsea. He's got a bit of trickery, he's got a bit of pace. But could we not have brought... I mean, we spent £90 million on Jamie Gittins and Alejandro Garnacho, and neither take the field when we had an opportunity to make the substitutions. I mean, strange. Enzo's ball, terrible. Enzo Fernandez is just putting in one of these performances where it's getting far too difficult to defend him. He just loses his head, and just the way that he treats the ball is shocking at times. And now he has to chase, but he doesn't. Tyreek George playing as the false 9. Joao Pedro playing as the number 10. Andre Santos playing left wing. And whatever that means. It's just poor from Chelsea. It's really poor. And the quality of football will improve tomorrow, that's for sure, as Arsenal take on Manchester City in the 9 p.m. kickoff. Almost feels for Arsenal that it is must-win scenario already with Liverpool 5 wins out of 5. They were again not convincing, but still managed to pick up all 3 points every time they step onto the pitch. And that continued. Here's Santos. Reece James. Chelsea have had 75% of the ball, but just one attempt. Manchester United really haven't touched the ball, but they don't really have to. The way Chelsea are not going to break them down. Again, Enzo Fernandez, he cannot get away with this one. We cannot sub him off too. I mean, this is just shocking. He's just going to continue doing this all game, isn't he? It's an absolutely criminal performance by Enzo Fernandez. He needs to be dropped. I mean, it's that simple. Just trust, maybe get his head back, maybe give him a bit of rest, whatever it is. This can't carry on. We have no chance. I mean, already feels like we're just going to be hovering around that 4th spot for the rest of the season. We're in 6th, and it might have just gotten worse with all the results going against us. Manchester United and Chelsea going to be level on points, aren't they? Decent pass. Tyreek George trying to get away. Yep, Enzo Maresca has not covered himself in glory whatsoever here. Maybe he's protecting Garnacho and Gittins here. I'm not sure, but that is such an underwhelming decision to bring on Malo Gusto and Tyreek George. Know that United are back. They're backs to the wall now, United. They've shown no interest in attacking in the second half. And we have doubled down and made sure that, yeah. Tosin's passing, my goodness, he is just getting worse and worse. Dogu, Cunha rather, on the left-hand side. Mateus Cunha lays it off the edge of the box. Malo Gusto should get there first. He does. Andres Santos' pass is not good. Tyreek George wins the ball back. Now looking to run down the left-hand side. Again, Tyreek George was on his way to Fulham. How is he starting? I mean, coming off the bench instead of Gittins or Garnacho. It's such a puzzling decision by Enzo Maresca. It's nothing that can defend him in this game. I'm usually one of his staunchest supporters in terms of how he approaches the game, and Manchester United going for a bit more insurance here. And we thought it was going to get bad, but look who's coming on for Manchester United. It's Mason Mount. He has barely gotten any sort of game time against his former club. If there's a real opportunity to stick the knife in and twist it to Chelsea, this would be it. Maguire coming off for Lenny Yoro, and Mason Mount coming on for Brian Mbeumo. But this was a very strange decision that Lenny Yoro was on the bench for this match, considering the pace that Chelsea had when they started the match with Estevao and Neto. Turns out to be a masterstroke for Ruben Amorim because both players were withdrawn, and then Chelsea was left with absolutely no pace. And then the decision to have Harry Maguire seems to be a masterstroke. And look at Joao Pedro, the only one chasing, selflessly chasing down, forcing Bayern to give the ball back to Chelsea. Good play there from Joao Pedro. He's been our man of the match, head and shoulders. I mean, if he's a, say, 6 on 10, good pass there by Reece into the channel. Again, you're just asking Joao Pedro to run. You have Reece James doing that stuff. You just start losing belief, man, in your team. Not just this match. I mean, this match is gone. 3 points are gone. That's not a problem, but just shows the mentality. You are not ready to hack it here. Look at Chalobah's positioning. My goodness me, it's so bad. But he somehow manages to win the ball there. Here's Malo Gusto. Tyreek George's touch is heavy. Forces Andres Santos back. Here's Caicedo. 20 minutes of normal time remain. I would be so happy if the referee just blew the final whistle right here, right now. Won't subject me to another 20 minutes of this. Here's Tosin. Chelsea are just keeping the ball for fun here, doing nothing with it. Here's Gusto. Santos. Moises Caicedo. Andres Santos onto the left-hand side to Tyreek George. You can see what Joao Pedro was trying to do there, but trying to be a little too cute and clever. Here's Luke Shaw. Looking to run away from Enzo Fernandez. Does well to track him and makes him to play backwards. Here's Binder. Put under a bit of pressure there. Tyreek George slides in. It's a foul there on the goalkeeper, and he might pick up a yellow card too. That's Cucurella, that's Enzo Fernandez, and now potentially Tyreek George will pick up a yellow card. Bad foul, really. Talk about bad fouls committed by Chelsea. We have been guilty on multiple occasions. It's terrible fouls. Vander will take his time. Well, this game, the only way you can spin this into some sort of a positive for Chelsea is if we learn and make some severe changes at the back. They've conceded 2 goals against Brentford, 3 goals against Bayern, and 2 goals now. Now, Enzo Maresca can spin it in multiple ways. We are giving the goals away or handing initiative, whatever it is. 7 goals with this main back line here. Chalobah, Tosin. Need to see some changes here. In the next game, if you see Chalobah and Tosin rolling back again as that 2 of the back 3, I would be absolutely fuming with that. There has to be consequences. Cannot drop a performance like this. Yeah, you're down to 10 men, but so are Manchester United in the second half. Here's me. Ooh, that's a heavy foul there by Caicedo this time. There's a bit of afters here. Bruno Fernandes getting hacked down there by Caicedo. Andre Santos showing a bit of fight here. And not the kind of fight we want to see. It's the off the ball stuff is all well and good here. It's not good enough. It's not the kind of passion. You cannot turn this into passion and say, you know what, this is what we want to see here. That's a bad foul there by Caicedo. Manchester United have rarely kept the ball in the final third in the second half. They really haven't had to. It's been a terrible game of football, mind you. This second half has been even worse than the first from a Chelsea point of view because, well, first half you can excuse it saying 10v11, but second half, what's the excuse? Running out of it. It's been a terrible 90 minutes. Do we just move on and just chalk it down to a terrible week in football where we don't beat Brentford, we lose to Bayern Munich, and Manchester United potentially scoring more than 2 goals? Oh, there's a chance there, and the first time they put the ball in towards the back stick, Chelsea struggled defensively, and Amad Diallo had the opportunity with the acrobatics. Again, Chelsea's far post defending is one of the worst in the league. I've seen this so many times. Especially when it gets a bit disjointed, you know the ball is coming towards the far stick, and we never learn from it. Under 15 minutes remaining. I'm begging for the full-time whistle here. No such time added on like 12 and 15 minutes. Just end it here, man. The double substitution really did knock the stuffing out of me. Look at Tosin again, just terrible. Just poor, very, very poor. There's an opportunity, maybe bring on Gittins or Garnacho, either one of them. You want to make a defensive substitution, that's absolutely fine. Bring on Malo Gusto, but Tyreek George, yes, he's one of our own. He's an academy product. Why are you bringing him on? I mean, he was on his way to Fulham on deadline day. He's trying to keep him on side by giving him these poverty charity minutes. Does he think that it'll bring him back on side? Sure, but that's not good. It really isn't. Here's Chalobah. Here's Tosin now. Good ball into the channel by Reece James to Enzo Fernandez. He doesn't have the pace nor the trickery to get away from Matthijs de Ligt. Ugarte, Luke Shaw. Manchester United are going to keep a clean sheet, aren't they? You can just feel it. Oh my goodness, Caicedo loses the ball. Here's Fernandez. Put me out of my misery. It's a good ball there to Matheus Cunha. Chalobah defends well. It's very well though. Here's Malo Gusto. Andre Santos. Trevor Chalobah. Jorgensen's good pass to Reece James. Decent control there from the skipper. Surely a foul there by Luke Shaw. 2 hands on the back of Enzo Fernandez. Trying to get a quick move on here. Joao Pedro now playing as the number 10 for Chelsea. It's a clear foul there by de Ligt. Yes, it is. Joao Pedro, once again, the lone warrior trying to drag Chelsea up the pitch. And he has to give us tireless shifts week in, week out, 3 games a week. We don't have Liam Delap. I mean, this could get very ugly for Chelsea, you know. And things might be wiped clear after the next game, but in terms of a horror week, this one is right up there. Here's Andre Santos. Good feet shown by the young Brazilian. Spooned onto the left-hand side to Malo Gusto. Ball into the box is very poor there from Gusto. Again, Manchester United retreat back into their shell. They're in the deep block. They know that Chelsea do not have the tools to open them up today. It's a decent ball onto the right-hand side. Reece James thought about the cross. Now he does. He'll get the corner. And surprising that Reece James doesn't whip that in first time. He waits before he delivers. Against Luke Shaw for a corner. We take the short corner. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Into the box. It's a poor ball. Gusto's touch is decent. Tosin to Reece again on the right hand side. Tyreek George. Malo Gusto. George again to Reece James. Here's Enzo Fernandez on the right-hand side. Finds Malo Gusto. It's another corner for Chelsea. Feels like it's far too late from Chelsea's point of view to really rally now. But these are just corners that we can muster at best from a Chelsea point of view. It's another short corner. Reece James delivers into the box. Chalobah's header! Tremendous header from Trevor Chalobah. And Chelsea have a route back into this contest. It's the 2 academy boys that combine. Reece James's pinpoint ball into the box. Thumping header by Trevor Chalobah. And Chelsea have a lifeline. Great ball in. Tremendous leap. Manchester United absolutely static at the back. Nobody's moving. Chalobah gets the leap. And Chelsea have a goal back. Surely United don't blow this one. But now Chelsea have a renewed sense of optimism. We do score a goal, but can we escape with a point here at Old Trafford? 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Manchester United, who have not really played any football in the second half, will have to try and find their way back into this contest and try and get a bit of impetus in the match. They haven't really threatened Chelsea or Jorgensen in the second half. Almost feeling comfortable at 2-0. I don't blame them because of Chelsea's lack of potency up top, but now they're in a situation where one goal will be so damaging to Manchester United here. And so many questions would be asked of Ruben Amorim if Chelsea are to get another goal before the full-time whistle. He took off Benjamin Šeško. Brian Mbeumo. 2 players that were causing Chelsea the most amount of troubles. Haven't seen too much of Mason Mount or Mateus Cunha yet. Chelsea bossing the possession. Fully expected that to happen in the second half. Here's Andre Santos. Malo Gusto. No, well, that's Joao Pedro rather. In the number 10 position. Gusto's on the left-hand side. Trevor Chalobah with confidence now spreads the ball to Reece James. Well, this is Reece of old, isn't he? As that right wing back. We saw him under Tuchel. Another clever clip pass into the channel for Joao Pedro. Brilliant play from Joao. Reece James towards the far stick. Oh, didn't have enough on it. Malo Gusto was making the late run. Good play there from Malo Gusto. Very strong in the tackle. Wasn't going to allow Mateus Cunha to run with the ball there. And finally, a bit of belief for Chelsea here. Ruben Amorim must be having sweat trickling down his back here with the 10 minutes odd left in this match. They've been far too passive in the second half. They haven't capitalized on Chelsea's absolute deficiencies on the pitch. But can they hold on now? Chelsea have not really created anything from open play. Here's Binder. Lenny Yoro, who came on for Harry Maguire in the 65th minute? Good play again, this from Chelsea, but they lose the ball. United are treating the ball like a bomb themselves. Oh, Reece James with a big mistake here to Mateus Cunha. Oh, it's Bruno Fernandes now. Bruno Fernandes! Big save there from Philip Jorgensen. Well, the two captains involved in that situation, Reece James far too casual there. It should have been easily dealt with. Instead, it's Bruno Fernandes who has the ball, and now he's driving into the heart of the Chelsea defence, and he shoots from distance, and that's the first save that Philip Jorgensen has had to make, and he does very well on the dive. Keeps it at 2-1 as Bruno Fernandes riles up the crowd here. Well, that was very sloppy from Reece James, who's had a much better second half. And if Manchester United do score from this corner, it would be night-night for Chelsea. Fernandes into the box. Good header there from Tosin. Well, Andre Santos is very brave and he gets the ball to break for him. Has to be a bit patient and find the pass. Oh, what a challenge that is from Luke Shaw. It had to be spot on, and it was. Andre Santos breaking with real purpose and intention. Manchester United now are stretching the pitch here. Malo Gusto has to keep an eye on Bruno Fernandes. He hasn't. Bruno's got the ball. Can't lay it off to Amad Diallo. 6 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. This game is comically stretched now. Here's Fernandes. Enzo Fernandez, that is. Oh my goodness. Enzo Fernandez. The fact that Enzo Fernandez will play 90 minutes is absolutely shocking. He has dropped a Hall of Shame performance, and it has not been his first one of the season. Well, what must Ruben Amorim be thinking here? He's played his cards too. He's made the substitution. Ugarte, Cunha, Mount all coming on. Decent ball into the channel. How much are we going to ask Joao Pedro to run, man? It is so cruel, but somehow he wins the ball back. This man is a cheat code, but he loses the ball, unfortunately. Even Joao Pedro is literally begging his teammates, give me something to work with. Play it to my feet. He has run tirelessly. I mean, the Chelsea defenders are criminals in that way, man. Just play it to his feet. Stop making him run these heavy channels from time to time. We've been down to 10 men for the entire game. He's been the only man who's been able to carry our attacks forward. Under 5 minutes plus stoppage time remain, and what has been a crazy match of football here at Old Trafford. It all started with Rob Sanchez's red card, straight red. And from there, Chelsea capitulating at the back. Fernandes scored the first. Casemiro the second. And then Trevor Chalobah scoring a goal late on to give Chelsea a ray of hope. It's a good header there from Chalobah. It's the second goal of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Scored against West Ham. And he scored here again. Now, 4 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Bruno Fernandes is coming off for Manchester United. I think he will be replaced by Kobbie Mainoo. Fernandes off. Kobbie Mainoo on for Manchester United. 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time remain for Manchester United to hold on here. Cole Palmer, Alejandro Garnacho, Estevao, Neto, none of them getting a run at the Manchester United defence today. All been saved for another day. Chelsea looking for a goal which would give us the most unlikeliest of points, considering how this game started. Again, Amorim wants his team to put in that extra bit of effort, close this game out. Time is running out for Chelsea though. 3 minutes plus added on time remain here. Cunha does well to get away from Tosin. Chalobah defends well. Here's Tosin again. Again, Tosin is taking far too long on the ball. Here's Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea urged forward here. Chalobah running half the length of the pitch here with no real pressure on him. Malo Gusto back to Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea need to go wide again. Need to give the ball to Reece James as much as possible. Just get him to whip those balls into the box. Chelsea far too casual here. We need to be a bit more intense. Try and throw the kitchen sink at Manchester United. Get shots at Bayern as much as possible. It doesn't matter if you lose 3-1 at this moment in time. You have to try and push to get the second. United have left the door open for us. Can we break it open here? Enzo Fernandez. Reece James again on the right-hand side. Again, far too slow from Chelsea. We're playing at the pace like we're trying to defend a 2-1 advantage. Here's Trevor Chalobah. On the left-hand side to Andre Santos. Here's Malo Gusto now. We know he's going to chop in on his right foot, which he does. Here's Chalobah switching the play again to Reece James. Trying to isolate Patrick Dogu. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Reece James again, the captain. We need the captain again for a moment of inspiration. Trevor Chalobah. Malo Gusto. Poor pass there from Malo Gusto. And now Manchester United can break here. Amad Diallo has the ball exactly where he wants it to be. Gusto does well to defend. He does very well there, Malo Gusto. The pass is pretty much accurate because Reece James makes it accurate with a very good flick. Here's Caicedo now. Switches on to the right-hand side. Reece brings it down. Immaculate control again on the run. It's a throw-in for Chelsea. Final minute of normal time here. Time really running out for Chelsea. Can we get an equalizer that we so don't deserve? But we will absolutely take if we get it. Here's Tosin. Chalobah. Tyreek George doesn't bring it under control. Everybody's gone to sleep there. Chalobah on a yellow card has to slide in the challenge. That's far too casual from Tyreek George. He's not made the run. He's on his heels. This cameo has been shocking from him too. Just compounds that decision that Enzo Maresca made. We've got 7 minutes of stoppage time to play here. Can we create one more opportunity? This is going to be a long 7 minutes for Ruben Amorim and a painful 7 minutes for Enzo Maresca, because the way Chelsea have been playing today, it does not look anywhere near that we're going to get that equalizer. Cunha goes long, allows the ball to bounce there for Tosin. Heads that nicely. Joao Pedro battling again. Tyreek George's touch is terrible. This substitution, man. Enzo Maresca, you have dropped a stinker, my friend. An absolute stinker of a coaching performance. You have only yourself to blame. I mean, yes, you can blame Sanchez, of course. But you keep picking this back line. Keep making these decisions. The substitution was so poor. The double substitution of Malo Gusto and Tyreek George really did kill us, I feel, in terms of having any shot of trying and finding a comeback here. Reece James is so strong. Holds off the challenge. Again, Chelsea very, very taking their time here. Almost playing like we're in the park. Please take your time, boys. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Look at these. Passes at the back. Here's Tosin. Enzo Fernandez. He's waiting for options. He's going to get none of it. Caicedo. Tosin again. Chalobah. Again, got to spread that ball further forward here. It's Tyreek George who runs from deep, and he's managed to stay on side. Well, he hasn't, has he? Bruno Fernandes cheers on that misplaced chance there for Chelsea. United are 5 minutes away from keeping this record of 13 years. The last time Chelsea beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. This record is not going to be broken in my lifetime by the looks of it. It's going to keep continuing. In their worst period, Chelsea have not managed a win at Old Trafford. As I mentioned before, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, Sarri, Tuchel, Lampard, and now Enzo Maresca has failed in both occasions. Last season, of course, it was a 1-1 draw, and we needed a thunderbolt from Moises Caicedo out of absolutely nothing to give us a point. And Chelsea taking their very sweet time here, trying to almost manipulate the statistics in their favor here more than anything else. Here's Caicedo. Enzo on the right hand side. Reece James again. Cross comes into the box. Oh, it's dangerous. It's a spill. Andre Santos with a chance. It's a massive block by Manchester United. Well, the strategy has to remain the same here. Keep passing the ball to Reece James on the right hand side. Bayender with nearly a costly spill. Cunha turns beautifully away from Malo Gusto. Here's Ugarte. Cunha again. Surely he's offside there, Ahmad. Yes, he is. By a country mile. Well, that was a chance. Bayender spills. It fell to Andre Santos. What a ball this is from Reece James. Just wraps that with pace. Straight at Andre Santos. What a block that was from Ugarte. Have to go back to Reece James. It's as simple as that from Chelsea's point of view. Find the captain. Find the captain. Here's Enzo. Quick scan. Give it to Reece. There it is. Reece James. Good first touch. Explosive out of the blocks. Feels that he's the only game changer on the pitch here now. Here's Moises Caicedo. 3 minutes of stoppage time remain for Chelsea. Malo Gusto on the left-hand side. Tries the cross across. Another good block there. Luke Shaw, no idea where that went to. But it's a corner for Chelsea. Manchester United making heavy weather of this contest. Chelsea have another corner here. This is last chance saloon surely for us. Enzo Fernandez with the corner. Surely had to go to Reece James to take this corner. He's the one with the delivery into the box. Reece is just prowling at the edge of the box here. Enzo's delivery in. Behind the punches. Good keeping by the Turkish keeper. Chelsea forced to go all the way back. Time really is running out here. We have all but 2 minutes of stoppage time remain here. Gusto on the left-hand side. It's Enzo Fernandez. Enzo trying to do all by himself. It's far too ambitious. He's asking for the penalty, which he's never going to get. And Manchester United can break here. Chalobah makes a real mess, but somehow recovers. Good play from Trevor. Driving forward. It's to Joao Pedro on the right-hand side. Chelsea have committed bodies into the box. The cross comes in. It's cleared away. It's to Reece James now. United at 6s and 7s here. Reece James goes around the outside. Thought about the cross. He loses his balance at the worst possible time. And now Manchester United can break. Can they add the third before full time? It's Matheus Cunha who's running. Tosin with the challenge. It's a yellow card. He had to take one for the team and he does. More time gets run down the clock. Cynical challenge by Tosin Adarabioyo as the clock keeps ticking away in the favour of Manchester United. 1 minute of stoppage time remain. Manchester United are nearly home and dry after making real heavy weather of this clash. They were 2-0 up by an extra man. Casemiro gets sent off. And then they try their very best to almost throw this 2-goal lead. Well, time is just ticking by slowly here. Manchester United just running the clock down. 30 seconds of normal time remain. Manchester United will milk this as much as they can. They know a victory here is so crucial for them. It really will alleviate so much of the discomfort that Manchester United have felt. This result will bump them into 9th position. Chelsea, of course, just a point ahead of Manchester United. They remain in 6th position, but this start to the campaign has been really poor for Chelsea and Enzo Maresca. 5 played, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. And that will be that. The referee blows the full-time whistle and Chelsea's woes at Old Trafford continues. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro scores after Rob Sanchez picked up a straight red card in the 6th minute. And from there it was an uphill battle despite Trevor Chalobah pulling a goal back late on. A terrible performance from Chelsea. A week from hell for the Blues. A draw against Brentford. A thrashing at the hands of Bayern Munich, and now Manchester United taking all 3 points against Chelsea. Full time at Old Trafford.